All right, guys, we are going to look at page 227 and 228, where we're going to be telling time to the nearest minute. And to tell time to the nearest minute, we can still count by fives until we get to where our minute hand is a little bit past, and then switch over and count by ones. So, for example, on this clock, it shows that the hours between 3 and 4, and that it takes 5 minutes for the minute hand to go from one number to the next. So we're going to count by fives from 12 to 7. So they've done that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And then these little tick marks that are in between there, we're just going to count by 1. So 35, 36, 37. So the time is 3:37, or another way to say that is 37 minutes after 3 o'clock. We're going to be looking at how we can say that with before and after on here as well. So for question number 1, it says, look at the red arrows on the clock. Count by fives and by ones to find the minutes before 4. So this time we're going to kind of go the opposite direction to find out how many minutes before 4 o'clock we are. Because if we look over here at the hour hand, we can see that our hour hand is between 3 and 4. So it's still in the 3 o'clocks. So here we go. 5, 10, and then I'm going to have 15, 5, 10, 15, and then right here we get to 20. And now I'm going to count by ones. 21, 22, 23. So right here, 21, 22, 23. So I can say this time as 23 minutes before 4 o'clock, because we're not at 4 o'clock yet. So it's 23 minutes before 4. Another way that I could say this time would be 3:37. 3:37, or 23 minutes before 4. All right, on number 2, we're going to write the time in 2 ways. So we're going to write the actual time, and then we're going to say how many minutes before it is. So looking here, I can see that my hour hand is between the 1 and the 2, and it's not on the 2 yet. So it's 1 something. And I'm going to put my 2 dots. And now I'm going to look at my minute hand. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I've done my fives by 30, and now I'm going to look at these individual tick marks. 31, 32. So it's 1:32. And now another way to think about that is how many minutes before 2 o'clock it is, so, because we're not at the 2 yet. So if I do that, I'm going to count from this side. So I'd go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28 minutes before 2 o'clock. So there's the 2 ways that we can say that time. For question 3, the time is, well, my hour hand is almost to my 8, but it's not there yet. So we're still in my sevens. It's 7, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I want to say 45, but look, it's not there on the 9 yet. So it's actually 41, 42, 43, 44. So the time is 7:44. And 7:44 is getting awfully close to 8 o'clock. So let's see how many minutes it would be until it gets to 8 o'clock. So to do that, remember, we're going to start at our 12 and just count backwards for our minutes. 5, 10, 15, 16. So it's 7:44, or 16 minutes before 8 o'clock. Okay? All right, let's look at the back on 228. Write the time on the clock so that each pair of clocks shows the same time. Right over here, hour hand, short, short, and my hour hand is just a little bit past my 5. It's not to my 6 yet, but it's between my 5 and 6. So my hour is 5. Let's count our minutes. 5, 10, 15, and then I can see it goes a little bit past the 15, so that's going to be 5:16. 5:16 p.m. So that would be in the evening. For question 5, our hour hand is between the 6 and the 7 right here. So we're still in our 6 o'clock hour. Let's figure out how many minutes past 6 o'clock it is. 5, 10, 15, 20. And now I'm going to count by ones. 21, 22. Make sure I see this right. 21, 22. 6:22 a.m. So that would be 6:22 in the morning. When we had school, that would be about an hour before some of you came to class. People who got there first, so like Alyssa and Levi, I'd see you guys at about 7:30 a.m. Draw the hands on the clock to show the time. It is 13 minutes after 4 o'clock. So we know our hour hand is going to need to be pointing towards the 4. It's going to be a little bit after 4, but not much after 4. And I want it to be 13 minutes. So that's 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. And over here, 13 minutes before 7. So that means it's almost 7 o'clock, but it's not 7 o'clock yet. So we're still in the 6s for that. But we're going to be looking really close to the 7 o'clock because 13 minutes is close to 7. So I need to go back 13 minutes from here. So that's 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, about right here. There we go. All right, now we're going to write the time in 3 different ways. Ooh, they're trying to challenge us. Okay, we can do this though. So first, let's just write the time the normal way. So looking at my hour, I'm between the 9 and the 10. So I'm always going to pick 9 o'clock. So we're still in the 9s. And I'm going to count by 5 starting at my 12. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36. So the time is 9:36. Another way to say that is 36 minutes after 9 o'clock. Now we're going to see how we could say that before. I'm going to change my colors. So if I'm looking before, I have to think about my next hour. And see, if I'm at 9 o'clock, my next hour is 10. So I'm going to figure out how many more minutes until this gets to 10 o'clock. That'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 minutes before 10 o'clock. All right. Number 9. Look at the clock in problem 8. So we got to look back up here. What time will it be in 24 minutes? Draw hands on the clock to show that time. So let's think about what time it is. It's 9:36 right now. And it said, what time will it be in 24 minutes? Well, guys, look right here what we just figured out. It's 24 minutes before 10 o'clock. So if it's going to be 10 o'clock in 24 minutes, then that's our answer. So I just need to put my hour hand exactly on the 10, my minute hand exactly on the 12. And it will be 10 o'clock. I hope you were paying attention to question 8. So you didn't spend a lot of time trying to figure that one out and making it hard for yourself, because that question 8 really gave us a good hint right there. All right, everybody, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later, I guess on tomorrow's.